So on Conlok then versus traditional, and don't feel obliged to this, but if you look straight into that camera when you say it, would you ever use threaded again over Conlok?
Unless it's spec'd.
Right.
Unless it's spec'd, I wouldn't.
It's made that much of a difference.
Yeah, like time saving and obviously the approach to the job. And say, for instance, I've given you a week to get the job done and it's taken me 3 days.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, then you've made more money.
Yeah.
And it's been done to the same spec as it should have been anyway.
What's the customer satisfaction like? I know you mentioned that the hospital's like, oh, you haven't got your bending machines and whatnot, but have you ever left a job and they're like, oh, you're done?
Yeah, but on the...
Because they want it done right, they want it done cheap, but they want you out as well, don't they?
So on the schools, obviously, because it'd been the 6 weeks holidays.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want us there 2 weeks before because of the deep cleans.
Right, okay.
So obviously we got a new circuit pulled in for power, a new circuit pulled in for lighting, 4 alarm. Took 3 days.
Right, okay.
That's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. That was all tubed, back to the trunking, all joined through, all left as it should be.
Yeah.
And they said to us, how come it's done, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't in them words, but it was like, how come it's not taking you as long as the last guys? I was like, well, what did they use? He's like, conduit. I was like, yeah, but what sort of like M boxes, angle boxes, and whatever else? He's like, these? I was like, yeah, they're threaded. Obviously, we can use threaded. It's exactly the same, but as we checked and spec'd, we could use Conlok, which is exactly the same, just no thread.
Yeah.
All the cuts have obviously cleaned off, no sharp edges and debris or whatever else.
Yep.
And the Allen key does the same effect. It carries that continuity of earth as well. So,
does this win you more work by reputation?
For speed wise, and the bending's exactly the same, like we said before, and making all your sets is exactly the same. But obviously, when one school has already passed on to another school for the 6 weeks jobs, because it's the same caretaker, and because that's all going to be galv tubed, he said it's only took them 3 days to this area.
So reputationally, this is brilliant for you guys as well.
Definitely. So through the 6 weeks holiday now, this is going to be our third school, where that's from the one that we'd done last week, they've passed us to another school for this week already.
Yeah.
So today the lads are on that job doing there.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So at least it's getting out there. Obviously, these lads are quick, they're neat. It's done as it should be. It's looking good as it should and as best as it can be.
Yeah.
So you're going down the route of, yes, it's not threaded, but it's got the same purposes.